Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video for the day. Now we're going back into r/niceguys stories, and I'm telling you right now, if this video gets 1,500 likes, I will personally do nothing, but I will be very appreciative of you guys. I couldn't think of anything witty to add on to this, but I really do like all the support you guys have been giving me. And also, if you have not already, be sure to decimate that subscribe button. Let's go! Our first story comes to us in a username Goblin Likes Bones. I dated an older nice guy in high school. 17 trans male, in my freshman year of high school when I was 14. When I say younger, I mean nearly an adult and about to go to college. At the time, I still identified as a girl and was struggling with my sexuality. I thought I was a thespian, but then I ended up dating the nice guy. We'll call him Derek, obviously fake name. Derek, 19, then 17. To this day, looks like a stereotypical neckbeard / nice guy, a bit chub, loves anime and Japanese culture, and doesn't understand social norms. But on the bright side, he is very well groomed. We've been friends my entire life. Our dads were friends, and Derek has basically known me since I was an infant. When I entered high school, I got him to make a Facebook Messenger account so we could talk during school. He went to another high school in another district. We were still friends at this point. I made a group chat with all my friends at the time, including him. Enter Sarah. She is my best friend and is a key player in this story. So she and Derek begin to talk by themselves, and this is when the drama starts between them. They are low-key flirting, and she thinks that he may like her. Then he opens up one day about liking me, and apparently has liked me for years and years now. Sarah comes into art class visibly upset, and I ask her what is wrong. She tells me everything, and to me, I thought it was flattering. I found myself completely unattractive. I am also a bit chub and have secondary male characteristics, so hearing that someone liked me was a shock. So I decided to message him without letting him know Sarah told me, telling him I liked him, and that's when we started dating. So everything started off well enough, but things start to sour as I start questioning my gender more. Things he would say to me or call me just made me realize how wrong it was. He never said "milady," but he called me his princess a lot, to which I retorted with, "Barch, I'm a motherfucking king." We also had clearly different life experiences and knowledge, as well as views. More on that at the end. His dad would feed him misinformation a lot, like how serial killers are vigilantes, which I assume he got from Dexter. So we argued a lot, and he would get verbally abusive, and let's not forget how he was such a nice guy, and I should be glad I wasn't with a Chad. I would cry a lot, but on the outside, everything was picture perfect. So basically, the end of this friendship was when I came out as trans. At first, he seemed fine until I began talking about getting a chest binder, and he said, "No bodongas?" He suddenly wasn't supportive and began to berate me for having dysphoria, and was upset he wouldn't get the lady bits. So I ended it right then and there. I don't feel like I need to repeat the nice guy rhetoric that we all have heard before, but that all happened. I came to school the next day, officially came out to my friend group, and told everyone everything that happened in that relationship with screenshots. Sadly, I don't have them anymore because having to look at those made me upset. Sarah was there for me through it all and is still an amazing friend, but resents the heck out of Derek. So, the aftermath. About a year after we broke up and having multiple awkward encounters, I decided to reconnect. I wanted to talk everything through everything without spewing venom at each other, and he agreed. Well, he's also my best friend and is like a brother now and is fully supportive of me. And he's no longer a nice guy, but still a bit neckbeardy, but acknowledges this. Sarah, being the great matchmaker she is, set me up with my current boyfriend, who I started dating 2 weeks after I broke up with Derek, and we are happy. So luckily, my story ends well. See, this is the one thing I can really enjoy about a few of these instances, is when it works out in the end, everybody has a happy ending, and hopefully you feel comfortable with how everything is right now, and with who you are. Our next story comes from an account that's unfortunately been deleted. Dang it. Nice guy threatens my mom at her job. My mom's a widow who worked at Walmart for a year, which we all kept telling her to find a better job. This is because they are horrible on many fronts, including employee-to-employee harassment. Enter the nice guy. He was known for going around and hitting on female staff, so he thought he'd have a chance with my mom. He apparently made a few creepy passes, offered to do yard work, prune our trees, etc. She told him she's got 3 boys who already do that and more. He apparently didn't like this, so he kept trying to offer to force us 3 out of the house, and he can move in as payment. You know, after bragging that he had a 3-story house and farmland by whooping us. You know, a scraggly 45-year-old versus 2 20-somethings the size of linebackers who spent 90% of their life moving cargo by hand and clearing trails, also both of which are armed too. My older brothers alone can seriously move 450 pounds from a deadlift at the time. So his fantasy of whooping millennials would end in, well, let's just say he'd not be a winning participant if my brother alone didn't freaking rip him in half. She told her manager Walmart being Walmart didn't care, they just do the "don't do it again" speech to the nice guy. He would often also tell my mom he defended her from customers because my mom being mostly deaf, he claimed that customers would complain and would defend m'lady. A first encounter. We dropped my car off at Walmart to get new tires on it, and my mom hates my car, so my brother who had her pickup swapped with me, because while my mom's kinda a CB Karen and messes with every button on the dash, and can't be trusted with money, I still love her. Anyways, I pull up in her truck and wait. She comes out and I see him, gangly roofer's tan dude who has a typical redneck, he's smoking and watching her as she walks out. I get out and give her a hug and the keys. We drive out and this beater pickup cuts out in front of us. My mom sighed and told me that was the nice guy. Apparently, the following week, he harassed my mom more, asking who I was after bashing my character. After telling him who I was, "God, no wonder why you're poor, you must cost a paycheck to feed," she asked him to stop talking to her. He then apologized and started offering being a dad figure to me. You know, because the truck driving, scuba diving pilot army vet that was my dad wasn't. Encounter number 2. So I pick my mom up this time and had to go to the bathroom, so I head inside. He spots me and kinda shadows me. Got a text from my mom to grab a few things. I hear my mom's name as he was lurking in the aisles. I feel a hand on my shoulder grabbing me and I turn and he was standing there. I immediately go, "What the frick are you doing?" He moves back. "Wait, I know who you are. You're the little shot that's harassing my mom, aren't you?" He got nervous. "You're her son?" and ran to the back. I went to the front desk and complained about him, told the lady at the front if I see him between now and home, I'm calling the police and I will file charges on the store for not protecting their customers. She immediately called the night manager, asked where it happened, and that was it. Guess he got immediately fired or banned by the night manager because my mom never saw him again after that night. Oh, so the store only will act out against it when it's affecting them, possibly? Yeah, no. It's perfectly fine to let your associates get harassed. Oh, but no, when they come directly to you and say you're gonna get in trouble, then you decide to act. Yeah, Jeez. I hate some people's morals. And unfortunately, I feel like a lot of businesses do that type of thing where they don't act until it starts to affect them. Hopefully things worked out and you never have to deal with anything like that again. Our last story comes from us from username ErieKnox. Nice guy stalker back in town, thought I'd share my story. A couple of years ago, I made a friend with someone in a game. We'll just call him John. John seemed pretty nice. We got in a group Skype call and he was funny. Once Discord was around, we decided to be friends on Discord too and call all the time with him and some friends or just with him. Everything was fun. Used to watch animes, used to get on phone calls, send memes, etc. In the game, he used to brag about how rich he was, etc. How he had all this gold and this stuff, etc. How he was a really nice guy, but he was really awkward IRL. Ring any bells r/nice guys? But I kinda began to notice something odd. John had a lot of enemies, and I mean a lot of enemies, and for some reason I didn't really know why. About 6 months in, I began to pick up on a lot of small reasons why. He kinda was a keyboard warrior in the groups we were in. He'd talk up stuff about how superior he was and gets into fights all the time, etc. But I thought, well, he's nice to me and nice to my friends, so it must just be him trying to act tough online or something. Oh, how wrong I was. John began to express his feelings for me, and they were not mutual. I made this known multiple times, and he would pretend like he was okay with it and whatnot. This is until the offing calls started coming in. Yes, you read it right. He would call me saying he was about to commit the off, etc., crying and all. The first time I truly meant to help him out of it because I honestly was scared I'd lose someone I considered to be my best friend. Well, then one of those often calls turned into 5, and then I stopped picking up. At this point, being friends with him had caused me to become toxic myself, and I as well had made a lot of enemies. He used to tell me about things people would say to him, or about him and I defend him, or go to the people being mean to him. But I found out later he was actually lying about all of it. 2 years after being friends, and my mom and him decide it's a good idea to have him over here for 3 days for my birthday. Well, that did not go well. Reason 1, he didn't shower the entire time he was here. Reason 2, he made the entire trip about himself even on my birthday. It was always about him, even when the server came around at dinner to talk to us or ask us about our day, cause they knew it was my birthday and wanted a good tip. Reason number 3, after turning him down again, he literally walked out of my house and texted me, "Don't bother trying to find me." So I literally drove around the neighborhood until I gave up and went home and locked myself in my room till it was time for him to leave. I also found out from my brother a couple nights ago that he wasn't really wandering around for as long as I thought he was. The majority of it was him standing outside the front door pretending like he had gone missing. When he was so-called sitting outside my door crying like he texted me, he was just standing with a straight face on. This guy has always been and always will be a pathological liar. We surprisingly were still friends for a little while after this, until I got so tired of his bullshit and just ended things with him. Well, apparently he was only friends with me because he liked the attention he got. Yeah, that was his answer. He cared about me, yeah, but the only reason he became friends with me in the first place was because of the attention he got. So I just blocked him everywhere. He literally would not leave me alone after all the times I asked him. He'd say, "Okay, I'm done," and then a week later he'd send me a picture of something he'd said like, "You'll hate me someday," and he's like, "Haha, I was right," or just some random stuff, etc. After I blocked him though, it got worse. He went as far as to hack my game account and give all of my stuff to his guildies. I didn't find out until only one of them was decent enough to come contact me and tell me that he was claiming he hacked his girlfriend's account, who in turn never came forward and called him out for hacking. He was subsequently banned from the game. One person claims it was because he talked an 8-year-old into almost offing themselves, and one person claims it's because he used profanity in world chat. So everything was wonderful for a while, and then for some reason he got unbanned, and that's when the harassment and stalking started. The last part of the story was about a year ago. I was playing my game like normal when I started to see people everywhere with the same guild name, kinda just there wherever I went. Well, soon found out that John was officer of this guild and he was spreading lies about me, and the only people who'd believe his lies were the new players he was recruiting. Yep, 80% of the player base knows not to trust him, so he has to turn to recruiting like-minded people and noobs to keep his ego up. He was saying how he was working with the GMs to get me banned from the game. I knew he was lying, but I had to send him a ticket to be 100% sure, and the devs had no idea what I was talking about. How I was a scammer artist because I draw, and overall how I was the one who screwed him over, and how I was the one who was jealous/envious/a stalker. He was literally everywhere with his crew, so I played for a while and lost interest. Checked my artist's Facebook page, which is separate from my personal Facebook page, and he sent me threats there. Checked my email, and he sends me emails to this day with bogus links, hoping I'd click on one so he can hack me. I'm back to playing the game because I've been very sick, and with the Rona putting us all on lockdown, I'd be on lockdown anyway since my body can't intake enough calories to keep me moving. I've been playing and having a lot of fun with the game again and with old friends. Everything's been great. Well, now he's back in the game. Again, after saying he gave away his account, after saying he got banned again, after saying he just flat out quit the game, so I'm writing down all my thoughts here because honestly, I'm sick and tired of his stuff. Also, I paid to get my name changed in the game. Pray that works out well for me. Hopefully that works out for you. And with that, that is going to have to be it with the video. If you would like to be absolutely amazing and supportive for the channel, be sure to hit that like button, and if you have not already, subscribe to the channel. I'll be sure to see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye.